Thanks, Chris. I'm pleased to be joined at line of rink by Tim Rego, Cornell defenseman. And Tim, solid weekend for you guys. How do you look to build off of that now, concluding the regular season?
Yeah, we definitely had the message going in. We were going to play hard and play physical. And obviously got us 2 wins, so we're just going to carry that into next weekend and the rest of the year.
Do you think that going through a little bit of that adversity earlier on this season has better prepared you guys in comparison to a season like last year where you're just flying high from the get-go?
I mean, yeah, adversity is always good. It's definitely good to get 12 healthy forwards back. We've been missing that since probably the 3rd week of the year, so definitely good to go through a little bit of a rough patch and get hot for playoffs. So.
Yeah, and you mentioned having 12 healthy forwards a couple weeks ago in that game against St. Lawrence, obviously coming off of the Dartmouth weekend. You guys only dressed 8 for that game. What was it like playing 9 defensemen? I'm sure, have you ever been a part of that?
Not since mites, but looking back on it, it's kind of funny. Like I played a couple shifts up front in the St. Lawrence game. But, it just kind of goes with the season we've been having with injuries and bad bounces. So definitely something to look back on and will make us better in the long run. So.
And you guys played St. Lawrence and Clarkson recently, too. What are some facets of both their games that you have to look forward to attacking this weekend?
Yeah, if we bring speed, they're a good transition team, so definitely stay above them and, just keep doing what we're doing this weekend, getting on top of guys and playing our game. So.
And talking about you personally, know you're a defenseman, but from the offensive side of things, had a career year, been really good. What's been working so well for you? Is that something you honed in on over the summer?
Yeah, a little bit. I think some of my defensive game plays into that, just jumping in the rush helps me stay tight and I'm getting some good bounces, some good passes from guys and finishing my chances. So yeah, it's been a good year offensively, but still just trying to build on the back end habits and win hockey games. So
we know there have been some ups and downs with this team this year, but what is maybe one strength of your team that you really see going into the playoffs this season?
There's no quit in that room. We all love each other, respect each other, and we're all going to play hard every night for 60 minutes. So it's dangerous, a team going into playoffs when you play like that, and you haven't had the best of luck all year, so that's probably what we're going to keep carrying on with this year.
Final regular season weekend for Coach Schaefer here at Line of Rink. How much has he meant to you in the entire Cornell hockey program?
I mean, he's everything, right? He built this whole program. It's the reason why we're a part of it. So, we're going to have fun with it, carry on his legacy to his last 2 home games, and, hopefully we get some home playoff games. So hopefully it's not his last one, but yeah.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that you guys have been able to overcome so far this season? Is it the lack of forward depth that you guys might have had through that sustained period?
I would say, yeah, it's injuries for sure. We only lost 2 guys last year. We thought we were going to have pretty much the same exact lineup, and ever since November we haven't had it. So definitely just working through that and learning to trust each other a little more, guys stepping up in different roles. But, it's another thing we're going to carry into playoffs where, each guy can do, whatever he needs to that night to win. So.
In your 4 years on the East Hill, what's been one of your fondest memories and what's been some of your best memories that you've had this season going out as a senior?
Yeah, obviously winning the ECAC last year after not winning it for 13, 14 years is great. Great for the school, great for the program, for the guys in the room. It's been a bunch of great big wins for us. Denver sophomore year, sweeping Nodak my 4 games. And this year, plenty of memories, just trying to stay in the moment, have fun with the guys before it's over. So.
Absolutely, and look forward to watching the team the rest of the way. And Tim, want to thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Chris, send it back to you.
It's like it's going to be RPI basketball, and it will.
But everybody on the Ithaca sideline getting up onto their feet, Jalen O'Neill clapping his hands. That's the intensity that Ithaca is looking for to match RPI. A momentum played right around half court. Jalen O'Neill trying to pick the pocket, unable to, but momentum on the Bombers' side early.
On the right wing, it'll be Yeshiel Stewart handing off inside. Now back Stewart, top of the key. He's going to take a deep heave. Front iron, no good. Rebound by Wendell. So it's Wendell, Holmes, Cabral, O'Neill, and Lasith out on the floor. The starting 5 for the Ithaca Bombers. Cabral hands off. It's O'Neill left wing. O'Neill's going to swing it on the perimeter. Good ball movement by the Bombers. It's Aiden Holmes handing off to O'Neill. And an offensive foul called against Wendell.
Yeah, Aiden Holmes looks a little frustrated here with the official calls early in this game, as here we go, Farrell. Cole Wissink getting ready to check into this game. Aiden Holmes, who looks hot right now, he's going to come out of this game.
So rather, there's another off-ball foul called on Aiden Holmes. Cole Wissink's going to check into the game. As we mentioned, Cole Wissink made the most of his minutes last night. 60% shooting from 3 to go along with a formidable 30% plus from the field in the Bomber victory. RPI driving back the other way, right to left. It'll be Eukster handing off. Good ball movement on the perimeter, guarded by O'Neill. On the far side is Chuck Clemens. Clemens will hand it off to Depp, top of the key. Swings it over to Stewart. Stewart working on Cabral, has to pivot it back to Depp. Depp looking to set a screen there. Hands off, right wing, baseline, cutting, and the foul, driving to the basket. Unable to get the shot to go as Euchster, but it's a shooting foul, and going to the charity stripe for his first shots of the day are number 12 in black and red.
So Bombers have done a very good, they're still perfect from the field, 3 for 3 shooting, but they've turned the ball over now 5 times. They're absolutely going to have to clean that up if they want to have any chance of maintaining this early lead here. As RPI settled in defensively, first free throw is good.
Euchster third on the Engineers in free throw percentage at 74.1%. As Luke alluded to, knocks down the first. It's an 8-5 ball game. Just about 5.5 minutes gone by here in half number 1. He knocks down the second, 8-6. The Bombers now lead as O'Neal will drive it with a slow left dribble across midcourt. He's going to work against Yeshiel Stewart, a sophomore guard out of Georgia. We'll hand it off, Loganville, Georgia native in Stewart. It's Cabral now slowing it down with 15 to shoot.
RPI looking for some offensive firepower here. Pat White into the game, the three-point knockdown shooter.
Laseth cuts in the paint, and he's got it to go with the left hand. Chris Laseth, the teardrop floats in, 12-6 Bombers. Clemens will hand off to match it across midcourt. Now swinging it left wing. It's White who's checked into the game. Pat White, the junior forward for RPI, hands off. Yeshiel Stewart evading the pressure of Evan Cabral. Now kicks it out. Good perimeter movement. Right wing three-pointer is cash for Avery Euchster.
Bombers caught a little bit in between there. You cannot leave Avery Euchster open from beyond the arc.
O'Neal cuts coast to coast with the basket. Right-handed in off the back glass. Mastery. East-west movement from Jalen O'Neal.
Yeah, Jalen O'Neal flying up and down the floor, as I mentioned before. The fastest player that this team has. His first 2 shots good. 4 points early.
It's Stewart across midcourt working against Wendell. Will now hand it off right wing and Clemens. Clemens, the Trumbull, Connecticut native, hands off depth. Now swings it left wing. PJ Scalisi kicks it in the corner for 3. No good. That shot attempt from Yeshiel Stewart rebounded by the Bombers. They'll drive it back the other way. Slowing down on the right perimeter is Logan Wendell. Wendell's got Cabral to his left. He feeds it off. Now Jalen O'Neal cutting inside, high post. O'Neal about 10 feet out. Is going to swing it back on a bounce pass to Wendell. 15 to shoot. Bombers up by 3. Just under 13 minutes remaining first half. Wendell's going to step back from another zip code. Too much on it. And the rebound by Smith. Check that. Yeshiel Stewart, and now RPI brings it across midcourt. Clemens with a high right dribble feeds off on the right wing. Stewart, who will play catch. Slow down traffic now. Kick it right wing. It'll be White. Pat White surveying his options with 15 to shoot. Cuts it inside. Right post. It's Avery Euchster with a left-handed dribble. Swings it out to Clemens, who's now got 9 on the shot clock. Clemens screen set there on O'Neal. Now back out. Clemens is going to try a 3 straight away. No good. It's an offensive rebound. Comes right back. Clemens just as the shot clock expires, but the shot does not go. It's a shot clock violation against the Engineers.
Bombers have to do a much better job, though. Unable to get that rebound. I know it didn't amount to anything for RPI, but the Bombers still struggling with the offensive glass here. And they're not, in my opinion, they're not going to be able to hold this lead much longer against this group if they can't rebound.
So 12-9 the Bombers lead. 12:04 remaining here in half number 1.
When you think of the couple days after Thanksgiving, you think of the Macy's Black Friday sale or Notre Dame versus USC football. How about Michigan versus Ohio State? Maybe something you didn't consider? Cornell hockey on the world's grandest stage.
For the 17th consecutive season, Cornell hockey returned to Madison Square Garden and did not disappoint, treating a crowd of nearly 17,000 to quite the spectacle. The Quinnipiac Bobcats and the Cornell Big Red, 2 of the historically richest hockey programs in the NCAA. And what better place for a game involving 2 schools in which upholding tradition is the expectation than to play under the bright lights of the world's most famous arena?
Yeah, I mean, just to add on, I guess it's just another home game. When you're standing on the blue line for the national anthem and you hear red echo through the stadium, it's going to be a good night. So just a really cool atmosphere, really cool venue to play in, and obviously the boys found a way to get it done tonight.
Similar to the fight of the century in which took place right on the corner of 33rd and 7th, both teams attempted to deliver one knockout blow after another. Unexpected twists and turns, lopsided momentum swings, show-stopping highlight reel saves, all a frequent occurrence, as this heavyweight bout was sure to go the distance.
They're hard to play against. They're well coached. They can make plays, but I said the third period, I thought these guys again got going, and we had some great opportunities late in the game.
The cliche, it's more than just a game, maybe gets thrown around too frequently in sports. But for one alum of the Cornell hockey program, the Big Red appearing at the Garden in what will be longtime head coach Michael Schaefer's final season means just that much more.
It's magical, but it's magical. Like being back here with the Big Red. I mean, we've been doing this since 2007. And every game, the Big Reds show up. The fans, they're packed. The team plays great. Schaefer has got them going. Like, it's just one of those really special experiences in college hockey.
If anyone has bared witness to the growth of the Frozen Apple game and the meaning it has to the Cornell hockey program, it's none other than Jason Vogel, who after his 4 years on the East Hill took his ventures to the world's most famous arena, where Vogel served as vice president of sports team operations for the Rangers, Knicks, and all other Garden-related events for over 20 seasons.
So it really hasn't changed. Whether we play Quinnipiac, whether we play BU, whether we play UNH, Michigan, it doesn't matter. Like you bring Cornell to the Garden, it's a sellout, and it's always Cornell.
Reporting for Big Red Face-Off, I'm Farrell Hudson.